Hi! I hope this finds you guys well today. As you've recognized at this point, I'm not going to be in class with you today. I was selected for jury duty, so I'll be serving throughout this week, probably till the end of Thursday, early Friday, a little more on that later. But first of all, I want to assure you that you're in great hands here. Donnell Yeager is going to be facilitating class today. She's one of my colleagues at both SU and ESF, and you are in great hands. She's a veteran 105 teacher. She's done this for a while. She knows the course very well, and she knows the genre of argument very well, and will be able to help you with any of the questions that might crop up as you're reviewing each other's papers. You might want to pull out the assignment sheet if you have bigger questions, just to give her a sense of what the project as a whole is, but she'll be a great resource for all of you today. And thank you, Donnell, for doing this. I really appreciate it. Okay, so I do have jury duty. The good news is that the judge has a personal engagement tomorrow. So he had to recess the court for Wednesday, which means that I'll have one day on campus this last week, and I'll be able to have some office hours. So I will be having those regular office hours on Wednesday from 9 to 10, but then I'm going to have some makeup hours for the hours I missed earlier, today and yesterday. So I am also going to be holding office hours from 12:45 to 2:45. For those of you who don't want to leave your dorm rooms or wherever it is you're on campus during that time but have quick questions, you're also welcome to Skype me. So my Skype ID is Betsy Hogan 1278. I think I'm the only Betsy Hogan in Syracuse, so it should be pretty easy to find. And when I go into the office hours, I will pop open my computer, I will bring up Skype, and I will make myself available during those times. So 9 to 10 tomorrow morning, and then 12:45 to 2:45, you guys have access to me if you have any final questions. Now, I don't think it really makes sense for me to enlist someone to come and just collect papers from you on Thursday. So what I decided to do is kind of push a sort of our class celebration to Saturday, like Britt suggested. Now, I know that that's not going to be feasible for everyone, but what I'm going to offer is that it doesn't make sense for me to collect papers when I'm in court anyway. So I'm going to give you guys until Saturday to finish your reflections and your papers. That means that you have the option of either emailing it to me or showing up on Saturday and having a little celebration with some of us, handing it in, having a little study break. Maybe I'll try and bake you guys cookies or do something like that. So if you want to, I'm inviting you guys to come on by to say your goodbyes. We can all, have a little closure to this if you want. So I'll be in my ESF office, 105B Moon Library, and that's where the office hours are on Wednesday, by the way, from 2:30 until 4. So we'll have an hour and a half to just sort of catch up, that kind of thing. You can also catch me by email if there's anything pressing that you need to deal with before the end of the semester. A few other little things. I'm just looking at my cheat sheet. Okay, so I think I've got all of that done. All right, today you've got two things going on. Number one, you're going to do some course evaluations, and number two, you're going to do some peer review. The course evaluations usually take about 15 to 20 minutes, and I just want to give you a little bit of context for those. I read them. I'm one of the audiences for those, and for me, what's most helpful is any kind of feedback that you have. Tell me what you guys felt like you really learned. Tell me what worked, what readings you liked, all that stuff. And the more specific, the better, because it will help me tailor this class for the next time around if I do teach these particular assignments. And the more specific you can be and the more thoughtful in terms of explaining your reasoning, that really does help. It'll also help you kind of set you up for those course reflections that you guys are working on. So not a bad thing. And I would steer you to think about the 4 areas that relate to the 4 course objectives, and those are critical and close reading practices. You might think about some of those skills and practices like annotating that we did this semester, even things like the big picture kind of reading rhetorically. For a lot of you, it was the first time you had to think about things like audience and situation and timing and rhetorical appeals. How does that help you become a better reader? I also think you should focus on the two primary genres we worked with, argument and analysis. What'd you learn about those? And finally, source work, right? What'd you learn about doing some research, engaging in these sorts of larger conversations that we took part in this semester? And I guess the other audience you need to be aware of are the administration in my department, right? They're going to read these too to get a sense of what's going on in our classroom and what you guys are learning. So, you might kind of think about them as part of your audience. And I guess the peer review is pretty self-explanatory. Donnell's going to give you guys a peer review sheet that really mimics in a lot of ways the kind of evaluation criteria that we went over for the assignment, and we'll kind of draw your attention to those things, and also at the end kind of thinking more holistically about the arguments. I'm going to ask you guys to swap with one person, have them read it, fill out the sheet. If you have extra time, then have a second person read it, and they can also just add on to the same sheet. So I didn't give you two sheets because it seemed like a little bit of a waste, and I'm close to my copy count here. Yeah, and I guess just in case I don't see some of you, I want to just wish you a wonderful, wonderful break, deserved break. Good luck on those finals first. And I want to just say thanks to all of you, because this was a really hard semester for me because I was teaching an extra class, and I felt so lucky to have you guys as students. This was a great group, energetic, fun. I mean, I felt my spirits lifted every time I walked in the room. But more than that, I think I appreciated how hard you guys worked and how good-natured you were about the feedback I gave you. I saw a lot of you try new things as writers, and I saw you grow a lot as a result. And I think back to that first set of papers and what I was hearing from some of you in the conferences we just had, and it kind of blows my mind. I really see some amazing, amazing progress. So I think you guys should feel proud of yourselves, and I think you guys should have more confidence as you go on to write in some of your other classes. If you have any questions, just get in contact with me by email, and I'm going to miss you guys. So have a great, great break. Eric, thank you for playing this. I really appreciate it. Have a good day, you guys. Bye-bye.